Hey, what's up guys? So I know it's been a while since I did Asuka content, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Well, I think 5 underrated moves were her, like that not a lot of people use, that I think should be used more. So let's start with number 1, which is Dem 3. Now why I like Dem 3 is because it's, for Asuka, it's relatively fast as a low at 16 frame. It high crushes, so your other high crush low options would be like Dem 4 and Dem back 4, right? So this is just something in the middle, like something in terms of speed, it's in the middle, and the high crush is also good. But why it's decent, now it is launch pushable at -17 on block, so be careful. But why I really like it is because Dem 3, they see the pushback on hit. So if you want the space edge, you can use Dem 3 to push them back on hit. So you can go back into your range game, you can, you know, fish for a whip punish. If they mash after Dem 3, you can backdash afterwards, make them whip something, and then, you know, whip punish them with Dem for 2 or Dem back 1, 2, or whatever the situation demands, right? So Dem 3 I think definitely needs to be used more. Just a fastest high crushing low. You know, it's slower than Dem 4, but it's faster than Dem back 4, and the damage is okay at 12 frames. So I think it's good if you want to like play like kind of a keep away game. Dem 3, backdash, fish for a whiff, and then, you know, keep on momentum. So if they're afraid to press buttons because you're looking for a whiff, then you can go in, continue your offense. And I think it's just a really good round under as well, because, you know, you can do like Dem for 1, if they mash jab afterwards, you can do Dem 3 to crush under and just kill them. So yeah, I think Dem 3 should be used more. So for number 2, I think the string I really like a lot is back 2, 1+2, 4, and the back 2, 1+2 cancel. Why I like this is because you have a lot of options. So the whole string is natural on counter hit to start with, but for me that's not the important thing. The big thing is the cancel. So the whole thing is -13 on block, so it's not horrible, but the good thing is that the second hit has a cancel and it puts her in crouch. So it makes you have access to Dem 1+2 from crouch, you have access to it from standing, but you're usually in their face, so it's hard for them to backdash the Dem 1+2 because they're looking out for so much. They're looking out for back 2 4 ender, they're looking out for back 2 1, they're looking for, you know, like quite a few things at once. So you can sneak in the cancel sometimes and go into your FC mix up. So your FC Dem for 2, your Dem 1+2, your while standing 4, wall bends while standing 3, whatever you feel like throwing at them, right? Whatever you feel like your risk reward in the moment is worth going for. And I think it's a really good round under because let's say they have like low HP left, so you have a lot of options with back 2. I love doing back 2 as a round ender because you have back 2 1 3, back 2 1 4, back 2 into cancel. So if they block the mids and survived, so if the mids didn't kill them from the back 2, you can go into cancel, go into crouch, and then sneak in like a Dem 4 or something, or sneak in a while standing 4. You know, just get that round ending mix up in there. So yeah, I really rate back to 1+2 mix up. I know Black Osama from Europe, from Spain, used it a lot. So I'm trying to implement a bit more in my gameplay because I just think it has a really good utility because it covers a lot of situations at once. So yeah, this string is definitely underused in my opinion. So another move, especially nowadays with the damage buff, that I think Asuka players should use more is up for 2. Now it is her 14 frame punisher, it's 45 damage into pretty decent Oki. But why I think it should be used more is you should just throw that in neutral more, like as a fast whip punisher, for example. So if you're not in range for Dem for 2 and 4-2 is a bit too slow for what you want to do, you can use up for 2 as an alternative option just for like a fast quick whip punisher. If you mess it up, it's safe on block. Unlike 4-2, if you mess up 4-2, you're going to get launched. Up for 2, it's safe on block. It even pushes back on block a little bit, so you can like kind of space. You can like space out with it as well, so it's actually safe on block. Pushes back, you can like space it. You can set up whiffs on block, and you can just kind of just troll out as well at neutral. If they like walk into it or they press a button into it, you know, you're gonna catch them 45 damage straight up. It looks cool. The animation is pretty cool, and the Oki afterwards is pretty decent. So I would really use up for 2 more outside of punishment, outside block punishment. Use it in your whip punishment, use it in your spacing, you know, like space the mouse on block, and then use it more in neutral to maybe try and catch them coming in or catch them pressing a button into it. So yeah, up for 2 in my opinion. Definitely needs, it's definitely a worthy mention, and it's definitely should be used more. Another move I recommend is Sidestep 4. Why Sidestep 4 is good is because it's a high counter hit launcher, but also because it's quite fast on recovery. So if you whiff at range, it can be difficult to whip punish. So it's good for if your opponent likes to rush in and press buttons. So if they like to just rush in, just mindlessly like kind of mashing at you, you can use this move to kind of keep out. And because of the fast-ish recovery, especially at range, it can be very difficult to whip punish. Now the important thing to note though is that if you go sidestep right, you have to do sidestep right to have a consistent pickup. So if you go sidestep right, you get the follow-up. But if you sidestep left and do it, the follow-up can actually whiff. So I would recommend going sidestep right and then doing the 4, and just using it as like general keep out. And then that, yeah, I really recommend it. Just kind of adds to her keep out game. You know, she has a lot of tools at that range already. So just adding sidestep 4 to the mix kind of like, you know, keeps them on their toes a little bit, keeps them thinking, okay, they have to look out for sidestep 4 on whiff now, and then you can play into their game. You know, you can go in with down back 3, you can go in with down 2 because they're looking out for sidestep 4 now. So yeah, sidestep 4 is a move that more Asukas should be using. And for the last move that I would recommend is, every Asuka player talks about down forward 4, how good it is and stuff like that, but no one really uses it. So what I would recommend to use this for is like 12 frame mid. It's always good to have. Like it's a privilege to have a 12 frame mid in this game, especially a safe one as well. So Asuka has a really good one for poking with. So the range is decent. Now obviously it's linear, but if it tracked it would be broken. So it's linear, but it's still very strong because it's really good at keep out. If your opponent likes to approach it, and you can keep them out with down 4. On block it pushes back a little bit, so you can still backdash. And if they're mashing, you can still like bait out whips and whip punish them. You know, similar with down 3 on hit. You know, similar strategy. You know, the mash after the pushback and block, you can whip punish them. You can bait them and use the spacing to punish. So on hit it's +2, which is, I mean, it's okay for what it is. You know, 12 frame mid with this much range. It's really good for option selecting certain stuff like Julia's shotgun spin on block, or Lily's down 3+4 on block. You can option select these moves with down 4, and it being safe means there's no risk attached to it. So yeah, down 4 absolutely needs to be used more. Like it's recommended in so many guides, but no one actually uses it. I'm guilty of this as well. Like all these moves I'm talking about, I'm also talking to myself about it. So yeah, down 4, use the pushback on hit, use the pushback on block, do 4 whips. So yeah, that kind of ties it up a little bit. Thanks for watching. I know I want to do more Asuka content. It's been a while, so bear with me. I will do it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope it helps. I hope it kind of understands her moveset a bit more, because she has a lot of good moves that are situational. So it's good to know where to use them, how to apply them. And thank you for watching.